Hi guys, Macman here. I just want to do this little short video, what I do with after loading some rounds on my Dillon 650. When I do these loads on a single stage or hand load them, I don't need to do this, but with the 650, because I'm loading on my 650 and I also use the Dillon primer loader, and sometimes the primers can go in upside down or they don't sit properly. So this is what I like to do. So I keep the old 223 cases, and after I've done my loading, I just drop them in, pull it down into the holder. It doesn't matter what holders you use. This is basically so you can check your primers, because there's nothing worse than if a primer hadn't gone in properly, it wasn't sitting deep enough, or it's upside down. It's better to catch it here than when your gun doesn't fire it or you have some problems. So I tend to load up a whole tray. I physically look to see that there's no upside down primers, nothing looks bad, and then what I'll do is I'll leave them on a flat surface and I just gently run my finger down the line. And if you do it nice and gently, as soon as you hit a primer that's not quite sat or pushed in deep enough, you'll feel it raised up, and them are all fine. So I know it's another like check you need to do on top of all your other reloading, but the way I look at it is you can't be too safe. You are loading your own bullets, you're trying to make it as safe and as fun as possible, and this process doesn't take long. You can see I just tip my tray out onto the bench. I can just pull them down, pick a couple up at a time, drop them in the trays, and while you're doing it, you'll see if there's any primers that are upside down straight away. You can pick them up straight away. It's the ones that aren't quite sitting in properly. So I just load the tray up. Again, you can physically check them all, they all look good, and then just with it on the bench, just slide your finger across them again, nice and gently, just nice and smooth, and you will feel straight away if there's anything sticking up, or if the primer hasn't gone in properly and it's caught the edge. And again, those are perfect. And the other thing that I tend to do as well, when I'm making big batches up for just plinking ammo, this isn't what I use in my precision stuff. This is just fun stuff when I want to take customers and friends out. I just want them all done quickly. So I'll make a batch up. I get a little Ziploc bag, just write 2 to 3 on them. You can go down the whole thing of what powder and everything is in them, what primers used, but with me, I've got all that logged in my computer and in my loading books. So I'm basically doing is just dropping them in a bag. There's 100 in there. I always know, so I like to keep an inventory of what I have on hand, what I've loaded. So I like to use these bags, and obviously there's 50 in a tray. I can just drop them in a bag, empty the tray out into the bag, ziplock it shut, and then I load it into one of the metal ammo cans then. So you can either take the whole ammo can to the range, or you can just grab a bag like that. So it's just a little thing that I like to do, especially if you're new to reloading. You always want to check your primers if you're loading on a progressive, because you never know, that single one might just flip up, or it's not quite bedded in, and it's better to catch it here than in the range. So I'm going to go through and do the rest of these. I've already done this with about 400 rounds, and all my primers have been good. I haven't found any that are wrong, but I'll just stop the filming at the moment. I'm going to go through the rest and I'll come back to you at the end. So guys, I've been through them all. This was the last batch. Just going to check the tops of them. And to be honest with you, this is the first time I can probably say that I've gone through and done a loading session and I haven't had one primer flip over the wrong way. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 450, 60, 70, 80, 483 rounds in that batch, and I've just run out of my 55 grain bullets. I got some more on order, so I went through the whole lot. So I did all that and everything came out perfect. They're all great. No upside down primers, no protruding primers, everything looks cool. So really happy with it. I didn't have to pull any of these to try. So like, this was just a little video. I wanted to show you what I do. It's something that I like to do when I'm loading on my progressive, and I do it with 223, I'll do it with 9, 40, anything I use in my progressive for, and I'm using my automatic primer filler, I'll always do this check at the last stage. It's peace of mind for me, and I do catch bullets the wrong way round. I don't know if I've got anything that I can show you at the moment. So there's a batch of some bad 45. Some of these are dummy rounds that I just made up that I need to pull. But there was an example, a mist primer. As easy as that, you can see it. And then there was another one with a mist primer when I've gone through and been loading the progressive. I did check these holes and they're super loose. So I wouldn't be surprised if the primer went in and came back out. But it's all, like I said, this is the reason I like to do this. And I hope it's some good information for you guys. It works well for me. If you can take something from it, that's great. Also, if you like my videos, just like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And we'll catch you on the next.